RJ, I think you know what we got to start this one off with. It's number 45. Number 45 and two zigzags. RJ, that's all we need. Go down to the park after dark and smoke that tumbleweed. Let the marijuana burn while we take our
I don't
turns.
know this one. You said 45. I was like, what do you want to talk about Trump about? What's he done lately?
Number 45, our idol. No. Nope, 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 nope. Not here, not here, not now. This isn't the place for
No,
politics.
no.
This is the place for
Yeah.
hoagies and pierogis, everyone.
Not our
Welcome.
idol, just our. No, I'm just kidding.
Welcome to episode number 45. Little Sunday night action for you.
Yes, sir. A tired boy over on this side. I don't know about you.
How was your
Traveling
weekend,
is.
RJ?
It's good. It's always good to go back and see everyone. We didn't have to do quite as much driving around and go see like everyone, but still like doing that it wears on you a little bit. Not ready to go back to work tomorrow, but it was still good. We got back a lot earlier than I was expecting. I thought we still would be on the road by now, so I'm
Oh,
happy
shit.
about that. So
Let's
it was a decent
go.
weekend. Got back in PA, got to place a couple bets. It was fun to ride that high for a little while and gear up for March Madness. I'm excited. It's good to get those
Yes,
juices flowing.
speaking of March Madness, I need to turn in my day off form. I'm coming in that Thursday night, boy. Let's
Oh, there
go.
you go.
Yep, yep, yep. I'm gonna take off that Friday and I'm going to take off that Monday as well. So I'll be able to stay the weekend.
Oh, there you go. You will be able to. We all usually leave Sunday, so you'll be able to just have a chill day off on Monday.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't
That's
wanna I
perfect.
always hate like being 3 hours away. I'm like, it's like a whole day is just
I know.
gone.
I'm probably gonna have
So
to work the next day, so I'm gonna have to drive like 6 hours and then work the next day, and that anxiety of all
Woo!
that is going to suck. Like
That is six
I know.
hours. Woo wee.
I know. At least it's not like, oh, drive 6 hours and then I have an exam the next day or anything like that. At least it's just work. So that's good. I'm happy
It's
about
just
that.
work.
Yeah. It's just work from now on. It still
just
hasn't
have
settled in
a
for me.
just have a nice little 12-hour shift the next day.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
Well, again, and since I'm still with my preceptor for like 12 weeks in total, it's not
Right.
as bad. So I at least like we'll be all right. Um, I feel it for tomorrow. Like it was only 2.5 hour drive, and I'm like, I don't wanna go tomorrow. I still wish I had one day off, but I had 5 days in a row off, so I
Yeah.
shouldn't bitch at all. I shouldn't complain.
I essentially had Friday off, so I mean it's not bad. I had like a half day Friday, so
There you
not
go.
terrible.
Did
Oh man. So,
you get any more cards?
so I kind of left that part out of the video last week. I started collecting baseball cards. So let's
I
see
thought we did
here.
talk about it, or did you cut it out?
I got my I cut it out because I was completely wrong. That Mike Trout was just like a topper. It was, you know, $2 maybe.
Oh, you didn't want to. You didn't want to show that.
I didn't want to look like a dumbass. But
Hey, you said you're just getting started.
right, right, right. Still embarrassing.
Yeah, yeah.
But did pull a great card. My favorite card that I have.
Oh,
Autographed
you got juice head
Jose
himself.
Canseco,
He's probably
black
trying to get as
border.
much money out of that as he can.
Yep. One or number 87 out of 199.
Oh, okay. So it
Yeah,
says
so
how many of them are made on the back of them. If they're rare, or does it
yeah,
all of them?
if they're rare, if they're rare. So this one has black
Nice.
border. This is like the
There you
lowest
go.
rarity for autographed cards in that selection, but what a
Still,
good one to pull. Jose
one.
Canseco is more than just baseball. He's one of my favorite Twitter follows.
Uh, I hate
And
Jose Canseco.
that whole saga with him in the fight at Barstool at Rough and Rowdy. I watched that
Another
shit.
reason I don't like him.
Yeah, he had like a torn labrum and he decided to fight and he lasted like 5 seconds against the intern. He gave up
No, he took a
immediately.
dive. He took a dive. He had all the money guaranteed beforehand. He
His
took a
no, his
dove and
shoulder
ran
was
with it.
actually fucked up though. I mean,
I don't believe it.
we he knew that going into the fight, but he was like hiding it though, just to get paid, just so that he could get paid.
That's all right. I'm happy
You're
for you, and
skeptical?
I still don't like him. I still don't like him. I didn't really like him before all that either. I thought he was just a dickhead.
The lore behind him is more than just baseball, is what is all I'm getting at.
My
And
favorite Jose Canseco
oh
moment
my
is when the
god.
ball bounced off his head and it was a home run.
Yes, great moment. Great. Everyone references that. That can actually happen in MLB The Show. It can like
Oh,
bounce. It can
really?
bounce off of you and go off for a homer. Yeah.
Is it like when Madden put in that the OBJ catch? Like you can tell even before it as the animation starts, you can tell it's about to happen. Sometimes with that shit, it's like the
Usually
way the
it's just if
animation.
you like mistime the jump,
Oh, okay. I was gonna
like
say
at the wall.
sometimes with
Yeah.
yeah, sometimes with that shit in games, like the animation is so like completely separate from everything else. You're like, oh, this is about to happen.
Right. Dude, I cannot wait until MLB 23 comes out in about a month.
Oh, there you
So,
go. There you
hell
go.
yeah.
I gotta.
I'll get my card fixed in real life so I won't have to spend money in the show.
There you go.
Fingers crossed. God damn
Yeah,
it.
I know. I'm just waiting for like I've Reagan got me the old Assassin's Creed game, so I've been playing that, and that's been fun. But all I want to do is play Hogwarts, and that doesn't come out for Switch until July for
Oh,
some reason,
yeah,
and I
it's like
don't get
July
that.
25th. Yeah. Because they
It's
just
so
want to
dumb.
perfect it. I mean, it's such a huge game. It takes forever to like
Yeah,
to play on the Switch. That's tough. That's a tough ask. And there might be
we'll
like
see.
stuff cut
Cause
out of
like
it. I don't know.
Breath of the Wild was a really big game, and I know it's
Yeah,
like
that's insane.
probably not as
They might
good, but
yeah, they might
it
just like
still
lower
ran
the
well.
graphics. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was playing Hogwarts earlier today. God,
Uh,
I'm not even halfway done and I've been playing for 30 hours.
yeah, because
But
it's like
I
an
do
open map
everything.
game.
So I like
Yeah.
take my time and I check every single corner. Like
Yeah, like
Revelio,
this Pokemon
Revelio,
game.
Revelio.
Yeah, yeah.
And while you're casting it, you stand still. You can't walk while you're doing it. So that takes like 3 seconds.
Oh,
Add that
that's
up over
annoying.
thousands of times. That's, an hour of Revelio.
Yeah, all the stupid animations like that where you can't move or whatever. Like I'm playing Assassin's Creed 2 again, and like looting people, it takes like 5 to 10 seconds depending, and it's like I just don't do it with people because all the guards hold like $5. It's like it's not even worth this shit. I'm so happy I'm past that. But like, I feel you with that because this most recent Pokemon game that was like open world, it's the longest it's ever taken me to complete a Pokemon game because it wasn't
Oh
like
man, I still need to
do
play.
this. It wasn't so linear. It's like just do whatever you want.
Right. Do you know the rapper Danny Brown?
I do not know. I'm not even going to pretend
Well,
like I do.
he has his own podcast on Tom Segura and Christina Pazitsky's network. It's the
Oh,
Danny Brown Show, and then he has a section called Video Game Reviews.
is that what he sounds like?
Video Game Reviews. Yeah,
Oh my god.
that's how he laughs.
Oh jeez. That sounds awful.
Dude, no, he's hilarious. I fucking love Danny Brown. I definitely recommend watching an episode.
I'll have to look at that.
Yeah,
I
it's
remember the
good.
old like honest game trailers that used to be on was it Smosh that did those? You remember Smosh?
I do remember Smosh, yeah, but I think that
Dude,
was
I forget what it was.
oh man, it was a great website. They did a bunch of great game reviews
They were
in
on
the early days.
they're all on YouTube now. I'll look it up. I'll look up honest Pokemon trailer. Well, that's not how you spell honest.
Oh wait, I love the sort of the parody ones like Donkey. Donkey has great game reviews.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
Oh, it
Today
says
we're gonna play
fandom
Harry
games, but
Potter.
I
Oh
thought it
wait,
was.
no, we can't play Harry Potter. That's today we're gonna play Crash Band. Oh wait, no, we can't play that either. And he just goes. The whole 3 minute video is of him like finding things,
Finding things wrong with
finding
games.
like
Yeah.
PC things to not play it. And then he's
I
like,
think
today,
that's
the last one he gets to it, he's like, today we're gonna play Gek. This one is totally fine. There's no way that a game where you're a lizard can be troublesome at all. and in the middle of the game, they're doing an Asian accent, like a really bad.
I think I
It's
remember, that's an
hilarious.
older game, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's like an old like
I think it was on like
N64 or PlayStation
yeah,
1, something like
PlayStation. Yeah,
that.
the original PlayStation.
Yeah, I remember that. Of course, they had a ridiculous Asian accent back in that.
Oh, you have to go here. To...
Oh,
Just like crazy shit like
the worst. Yeah.
that. Speaking of, actually, I don't know what. Speaking of today, kind of a lot of things happened today. There wasn't a
Shit did
lot
go
on the
down today.
itinerary until earlier today.
Yeah.
So we were just talking about it before we hit record. The Jake Paul Tommy Fury fight.
Yeah, that I
Yes.
didn't watch it at all. Neither of us watched it, but
Nope. Did you see
the
Le'Veon Bell tweeted out the script beforehand?
no, I didn't.
Oh my god! It had to go in 8 rounds, and like Tom in the fifth round, like Tommy Fury gets his eye like his orbital fractured.
Oh no.
But
I
then,
didn't
yeah, obviously that never happened, and the script had Jake Paul winning in a sorry ass loss.
yeah. See, I feel like a lot of the like boxing people, boxing world is very happy about this because they were very worried. I feel like they were worried Jake Paul was going to become like a real thing and a real boxer and they were going to have to deal with it or something, but again, we neither of us watched it, so we don't know. I've seen some mixed
Right.
reviews about the decision on Twitter. Um,
I
all I
heard he just
remember is
looked
from
like
the
shit.
yeah, Logan Paul was talking shit in the middle of it. Did you see that clip?
No, I didn't. Jesus
They interviewed
Christ.
him and he was like, "Tommy, if you can hear me, you're a bitch."
Go scam
Uh,
some more people on your NFT shit, Logan Paul.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like, does this take the draw away from his future fights? I don't know. Neither you are you even like a big fighter guy, MMA boxing at all, or you just
I'll watch
watch?
UFC fights if they're like good cards. But I don't, I don't buy every single one. I don't keep up with it too much. I do enjoy UFC a lot, but not. I don't like boxing too much. I don't
Yeah,
know about boxing. I don't really care to know
a lot
about
of
boxing. Really, I don't know.
yeah. I feel like a lot of things with boxing now is like you don't have like your Mike Tysons and stuff like that. I mean, you have uh not Tommy Fury. What's his older brother's name?
Tyson Fury
Tyson Fury. Yeah,
and
like
Deontay
Tyson Fury
Wilder,
fights.
like that
Yeah,
saga.
those fights
That
are a
was pretty
lot
good.
of fun to watch. Those were always fun to watch. Like
And
just two big guys
Canelo
throwing
and like
blows. I guess. I don't know. I think MMA has kind of taken away the draw from boxing for some people or some
oh,
like
for sure,
casual fight fans because
for
you
sure.
get some a lot more brutal knockouts and sometimes shit it's a little bit more fast moving. Like no one likes watching like a like if you ever watched a Floyd Mayweather fight at all?
I watched the Pacquiao one at my friend's house. I did not buy it, thank God.
Yeah,
That was
they're
the
boring
worst
because
thing I've ever watched.
yeah, he's like a from what I understand, he's like a technical boxer and just like
Oh, I mean,
he
Floyd's the
dodges and
greatest. Yeah,
points you to death. Yeah, he points you to death. He's not gonna knock you out, and I think that's the draw with UFC. Like at any moment, you can get a what's Jorge Masvidal fucking flying knee fight
right,
over in two
right. Yeah, and I
seconds,
heard
shit
Floyd
like that.
Floyd did it with one hand most of his career. That's why he had to like switch up his technique. His
Yeah.
hand was always like broken. It's some impressive shit. But I mean,
Hmm.
I can definitely appreciate it, but it's just not something that I would watch on a regular basis.
Yeah, it's not as watching like people who are pure like boxing purists. They love that shit because they love the
Mhm.
technique and stuff when you know about it. But casuals like you and I, when we watch it, we're like, why aren't they fucking throwing haymakers at each other the whole
Right,
time?
right, right. Well, I guess in that vein, the pitch clock is coming to the MLB, and so far, it has been amazing.
Have they been having preseason games?
Yeah, spring training just started this week
Oh, I didn't realize. I
on the
thought there was still a little bit before
23rd.
they
I think it
started
started on the
games.
23rd. The Pirates have only played one game so far,
I didn't realize
and
it was this early. Damn.
right, dude, the pitch clock has been amazing. It as the first two games on the first day, 2 hours 30 minutes, 2 hours 26 minutes.
That's nice.
between 13 pitchers total. So there's a lot of pitching changes in spring.
Mm-hmm.
Usually they only go like 2 innings to be the starters only go 2 innings,
Yeah.
maybe three. Usually only two for the first game. They're just getting
Yeah, you don't
loose,
want to. Yeah, don't want to wear him out or injure anything.
Right,
Still
right.
warm him back up.
It's a little bit uh the one it was like 15 seconds in between each pitch, and it's a little bit anxiety inducing because
That is a
there
little quick.
you got to get up, swing, get ready, and the batter has to be in the box looking at the pitcher with 8 seconds like on the clock. He
Okay,
has to
so
be
there is
ready
some.
for the pitch at 8 seconds.
All right, I
And
was
if he's
wondering about that. If there was some
yeah,
onus on the hitter as well within that clock, like when does it start, and how's the
right, yeah.
batter involved in that? Okay, so
They
that
can't
makes
just
sense.
stand there, adjust all their equipment in between each pitch, look up at the scoreboard, daydream for a while. That was annoying as hell, and that needed to be
Yeah,
eliminated.
I'll tell you what. I think I just thought of that. This might add an element to with baseball is it might add even more of an element or even more of a home field advantage for some people. You know how like uh, college basketball and basketball home crowds will either do the shot clock early
Yes.
or as the shot clock starts going down. So as that pitch clock starts, imagine you have a fucking full rowdy crowd in the playoffs, just fucking with you with the pitch clock.
Oh my God, you can do it to every batter, like how the
Yeah,
Pirates did. The Pirates started the saying the last name of the pitcher of the starting pitcher on the other team, like Cueto, Cueto. You remember that? That was the 2013 wild card game.
yeah.
So you could do that to every batter, like
Yeah, like
every
I
single time, and you could start. I saw this. You could start counting down like five, four, three, even if they had like 10 seconds left.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. I didn't say it as well as you did. But yeah, that's like you can do shit like that. Like when Giannis would was taking so long with his free throws, opposing
Right.
crowds would start counting the second he started to do it.
Yeah.
So there's shit like that. Like they put a almost like a pitch clock on his free throws. So like similar with that. Imagine like a full Citizens Bank Park yelling at like fucking what's his name? Not Schwarber. Schwarber's on the team. Scherzer or
Right. Yeah.
like like
That's
that'd
some
be
high school basketball shit. Like I love it.
yeah.
I loved
And
going to high school basketball games at
hopefully
Camp
crowds will
Hill.
really like get into that, especially in the middle of a summer. Just like imagine just a day game, just this crowd randomly gets rowdy on you. Like you're not really expecting that during a day game middle of the week, but hey, say you're in I don't know, like you're at San Diego. Like San Diego has a decent crowd, and they end up like fucking going nuts in the middle of the day, and you're like, where the fuck did this come from? I wasn't ready for this shit. And then you start like it'll. I think it can really test the pitcher's mental toughness in there
Right. And
between being on the clock
yeah,
and that crowd.
everyone on Reddit is complaining about the so if a pitcher gets a strikeout, the catcher throws it to the first baseman, first to second to third, back home.
Hmm.
Around the horn is what it's
Yeah.
called. And that now takes away from the pitch clock. So everyone on Reddit's like complaining, like, oh, they can't throw it around the horn anymore. I'm like, dude, that was for the 1920s when people were amazed someone could throw it in a straight line. Like, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Good riddance. Good riddance. Who cares?
That is weird that it starts to take away from the clock at that point, though. Like, I feel like then the next batter's like, I gotta fucking run up there, too. That makes that, like, this whole, like, the 15 seconds seems like it makes things so much more interesting
I
now.
think
It's
there's a
like,
little bit more time in between each batter, but like it's still like let's get it going.
yeah,
Let's get it
that's
fucking
good.
moving.
Well, that's good, because, like, I mean, I know some rules have changed in baseball, but when is the last time, maybe I just haven't thought of it, when's the last time, like, a real major change like this has happened in baseball? I feel like it's been stagnant for a while.
Right. This one is going to be the first one. And also this year the shift is banned, so like the shortstop can't stand on
Hmm.
one side of it. There needs to be two people on each side of second base in the infield.
I forget if you told me this or if someone else did, but apparently, like, someone said that the infield shift wasn't what changed so much. It was the outfield shift that really affected things. Like apparently, was the outfielder shifting. So I don't know how much that will affect it. I
Right.
couldn't remember
Well, I
who
mean,
said that.
that's why Ryan Howard just absolutely disintegrated. He refused to adjust to the shift. and he was like a very heavy, I think, pull hitter. So
Oh yeah.
everyone would just line up where he would hit it, and he would always get out. And he was
hmm
either hit a home run or nothing.
Yeah, towards the end for sure. After that World Series year, it definitely. I remember because I remember after we went back, he was still good, and then after that, it was like this guy just disappeared. He's still a legend, but
Oh yeah, one of the
it
greatest,
definitely.
power hitting first basemen.
Oh yeah, I still remember that home run derby he won. Like the
Oh
last ball he hit that giant target in the outfield. It was awesome.
yeah, hell yeah.
But
Uh,
did we
you
talk about the those fat ass bases now? Those fat juicy
Oh
bases?
yeah, that's another rule change. Yeah. They're a little bit bigger. And they
So
say this for player safety. It won't really make a difference, I don't think. But
I didn't realize that softball just had a base on either side of the foul line, so there was no like running over the first baseman and stuff. Why don't they just do something like that? Like that seems
I didn't know that. I don't
yeah.
know
I just
anything
found
about
that out.
softball.
There's like a I will say there's someone I've been listening about all these new baseball rules, so I came prepared for it. But
Hell
I was
yes,
listening
yes.
about the big plates, and it's because I guess sometimes the runners will like basically like flat tire the first baseman sometimes or step on their ankle, and that's dangerous. But in
Right.
softball, like here's the foul line. They have a regular base for the first baseman, and then there's like an orange base on this side for the runner, where the runner can run across or slide into. So it's just a lot longer, and that's only on first base.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Seems like I don't know, but look
That's
at
really
me
cool.
coming with baseball facts.
Dude, you're teaching me about
I
some I don't know about
guess it's
baseball.
softball, but baseball related shit. So, but like it's what is it like a couple inches closer between bases? I'm interested to see about the pitch like the what's it the pickoff rule too. That
Yes,
should be
that's
fun
going to
too.
affect stolen bases greatly. I think we'll see some more 40 stolen base seasons.
Yeah, I wonder
That
if
needs to
it'll
happen
just
still,
what
dude. I this was
keep the
insane.
runners honest.
Right, Eric Davis was crazy. Let's see here. I got a card from him. Uh, he's in the 30-30 club. Listen to what he did in the 30-30 club. If there is such a thing as an ordinary 30-30 season, Davis's of 1987 was far from it. His combination of 37 home runs and 50 stolen bases is unmatched in
Holy
baseball
shit,
history.
that's
The
a
year
fuck ton.
before, listen to this, the year before he was 3 homers shy of 30-80.
30-80.
30-80. So he had 27 home runs and 80 stolen bases.
That's
I
crazy.
want to see that. I really want to see that again. When I
I
saw that on
know.
the back of that card, I was like, "Holy fucking shit!"
Yeah. Could you imagine
I
like just
couldn't
throw
believe that.
just having a guy on the roster that was just fast? Like maybe he's not that good at hitting or stuff, but just someone who can get
Right,
on base or you can
Billy
pinch
Hamilton.
run. Yeah, just have him sprint across.
Yeah,
I'm interested. Like it seems like there's so many more mind games that they're like teams are gonna have to figure out with these new rules. That's really exciting, and maybe I might bump my number up to 20 games this year, Ian.
you're gonna watch 20 Phillies games front to
20.
back.
I will let you know after I watch the first one and see what I think. The first regular
All
season
right,
game, I'll let you know if I'm. I mean, well, I'm gonna have these days off where Reagan's at work, so
dude. It's gonna take 2.5 hours to finish a game maximum in the regular season because there's not so many pitching changes. That's
yeah. So
insane.
hey,
It's gonna be
that's pretty
awesome,
cool.
dude.
That's great. Like, get some of that shit taking so long. Oh, speaking of the time stuff, I'll bring it up later. I got some college football stuff for you when we get there, but we'll keep going with
Yes,
baseball
but
because
yeah,
there's some
you
time stuff with that.
yes, you mentioned the Padres.
I did.
Holy shit. Manny Machado, it looks like a genius. And the Padres
Where?
are insane.
Yeah.
So, so he turned down a 5-year, $105 million extension that the Padres offered him this offseason.
Mm-hmm.
that would have gave him essentially a 15-year, $405 million contract, right?
Yeah.
Essentially, that's what it would have been. But instead, he turned that down and he signed an 11-year, $350 million extension on top of the $120 million the Padres have already paid him.
How long was his original deal? I thought his original deal was like 10 years.
10 years, $300 million.
Holy shit. So he's just a Padre for life now,
Yes,
basically, unless he
and
gets
there
traded.
was an opt out after the fifth year. So the Padres were like, "Oh well, instead of opting out, we'll just try to extend you to like whatever you want." And he was like, "Okay, but I'm not going to accept 5 years, $105 million.
Dude,
Give
I
me more
remember when
money
he.
starting now."
Yeah, I remember when he went there, it all seemed so weird at the time. Like going to San Diego. San Diego was not what it is now at all. And
No,
so
yeah,
many people
they took a
on
flyer on him. He
Twitter.
was almost like he had a lot of complications coming off the Orioles.
He was a hothead. I remember that. He was good, but he
Hmm.
was definitely a big hothead. But also I remember people saying like he's just going to San Diego, make his money and chill. Like you don't ever have to worry about, playoff pushes and stuff. You can just chill and play baseball. Not anymore. They're a legit contender with the people they have, or at least they should be.
They are insane. They're reportedly being in the running for Otani next year. We're up after this season, and then they want to sign Juan Soto, obviously after 2024.
Yeah. How old is Juan Soto? Like 22?
23.
One? That's so young, and he's that good already.
Juan Soto is 24.
That's
He
still
was
crazy.
he was born October 25th, 1998.
Yeah. He won his first World Series at what, 21, I guess? That was 3 years ago. That's crazy.
He's I will always oh my I will never forget this performance when I was working near Baltimore. I went to see a Nationals game. It was like 45 minutes from where I was staying, and they
It
were playing the
was,
Mets. The
I
Nationals
think
were
we
playing the
talked
Mets, and
about it on the podcast.
that was Juan Soto's last game as a National.
Yep, yep,
Yeah, I'm
yep.
pretty sure we did. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You talked about it.
Three
You.
three walks and a home run. Greatest performance I've ever seen in person.
It's pretty solid.
I was
Pretty
blown
solid
away.
last game.
It was so good. It was so good. But back to Machado. So essentially, it's a 15-year, $470 million contract now. He gained $65 million by
Jesus.
negotiating.
Did he
Over 11 years, he gained $65 million.
who all else is in that? That's a stacked division right there.
He'll be
Who else
31
is
in
in it?
July. Well, I mean, you got the
It's
Dodgers and
the
Giants as
Dodgers,
your main
Giants.
competitors.
Yeah.
Arizona's looking to turn some heads this year, I think, with Corbin Carroll.
Yeah. They got that one really good pitcher too. That young kid. I
Zach
forget his
Gallen.
name. Yeah. He was
Yeah,
pretty
he's
good
really
last
good.
year, wasn't he?
Yeah, but they also traded Dalton Varsho, but they got Gabriel Moreno, the catcher from the Blue Jays. So we'll see how that works out. But I think the Blue
Yeah.
Jays definitely got the better deal. Varsho is a great defender in center field.
Yeah.
Um,
Did we ever talk about? I don't think it was actually ever going to be a thing, but there was some swirlings on Twitter about baseball. What if baseball switched to going like east west and realigning? Did we talk about that?
I think we did a little bit. That was I mean
Oh,
that
we
was a
might have.
long time ago.
Yeah, I
Um,
couldn't remember. It just popped in my head
yeah,
because I think it
there
was like,
was rumblings where it was like Pittsburgh would be in the same division as the Nationals and Baltimore.
yeah, and it was like Phillies, Yankees, Mets, Red Sox. And I was like, well, that'd be fucking insane. I think now that I'm talking about it, I think I remember it a little bit. But
Holy shit, that would be crazy. But
sorry, I
yeah,
didn't mean to sidetrack us. I
no,
was
all
like, did
good,
we
all
miss
good.
that? Did we miss that? But
But dude, Machado better get used to the pitch clock. He was the first violation of the spring.
of
He didn't get in
course,
the box soon enough.
I do like that it fucks with the batters now too. I thought it was strictly going to mess with the pitchers,
Right.
but that get in the box rule too. That's
Yeah.
it's like both sides.
And
I
I'm
like
really
that.
glad MLB has told the umpires to strictly enforce this rule for
Good.
everyone on an even playing field. So that's what needs to be done.
Now, is there? Is it like the you know how there's the big play clock at the NFL fields? Is there some clock that the pitcher and batter are able to see, or is it
Yeah,
like
so there is one behind home plate,
okay,
and for right now, spring training is showing it on the cameras, but there you won't be able to see it during the regular season.
okay? And I
You
imagine
well,
for the batters,
you might be
it's
able to, but they're taking a weird camera angle now, and people really don't like it.
I wonder if it'll be something that they just have like on the actual score bug, like next to the count or something like that.
I think that's what they should do. Yeah, because
Yeah,
I think that's important for the viewer to know. Because
yeah,
you're like
definitely.
you'll be like, what the fuck just happened? Like,
You're
if it's not there, you'll be like, what? Why did he just get a ball?
you're
Why did he
gonna
just get a strike?
you're gonna start getting some football esque hike the ball, yelling at the TV, pitch the ball.
Pitch the damn ball! Oh my god! Just pitch it, pitch it, pitch it.
One last question I have about it is: it when does the ball have to be out of their hands by zero, or do they have to start their throwing motion by zero?
They have to start their wind up by zero.
Okay,
Yep.
gotcha. Makes sense. All right, this is I'm a little. This is cool. I'm excited to see all this different stuff.
Yes. Yeah. Hell yeah.
I'll have to see if I can find a what's it called spring training game while I'm off later this week.
That'd be cool.
That'll be fun.
I mean, if you want to watch something that's like about baseball and about greatness, dude, watch Facing Ryan on Netflix. It's about Nolan Ryan's career.
I love
I
these
watched
things.
I watched it this morning. It's like an hour and 40 minutes. It's a good documentary. It
Oh, that's a
goes
good
through his
good length.
whole career. Do you know anything about Nolan Ryan?
He's the guy that hit the bird, right? I know he was also a very good
No,
pitcher.
no, that's not him.
Was
No,
that? I
Randy
thought, but
Johnson.
Randy Johnson. That's right. No, I know he's a very, very, very good pitcher.
So Randy Johnson is second all time in strikeouts. Nolan
Randy
Ryan's
Johnson is the guy who's known as just having a fucking missile for an arm.
yes, one of the best left-handers and one of the uh most awkward arm angles of all time.
Yeah, I've watched I've watched Nolan Ryan stuff and because I stumble across highlights and shit. I mean, I've watched that bird video 1,000 times, so even that one,
Yeah.
after watching it a certain amount of time, I look at different things, and definitely a weird angle.
So Randy Johnson is second all time in strikeouts with 4,875.
Mm-hmm.
Nolan Ryan is first with 5,714.
Holy
Almost
shit,
almost 1,000 more strikeouts than second place. That record will never be broken. Never.
that's ridiculous. No, probably
Never.
no, no way.
No one's gonna break 4,000. It's gonna be hard for people to break 3,000.
This goes
The
back to
way pitchers are being used.
yeah, this goes back to like what we were talking about last week. I think about how we have so much better technology and knowledge about the human body that like it seems like we're using pitchers less and people are their careers are shorter, but like they shouldn't be. Like this guy was just a fucking horse and would just go, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
And
I, Ryan, also another record that he has 27 years pitched in the major leagues. No one is going to come close to 27 seasons ever again.
how long was Jamie Moyer's or old ass in the league? I feel like he was in there for a while.
He was old, but Nolan Ryan played until he was 46.
Oh my god, is he the one that put the someone charged a mount on him and he put him in a headlock? Just started wailing on
That
him.
was the funny part of the documentary. He was like,
Okay.
"Yeah, I don't know. Well, this people seem to remember me more for this than anything else I've done in my career." It was
Cas-
hilarious that you bring that up.
Casual baseball fans like me. I'm happy I brought it up.
Well, no, because George Bush was in the documentary too, and he was like, every Texan, this is what every Texan thinks of when they think about baseball. When they think about Texas baseball, people think of Robin Ventura charging the mound. It
Why
was
is
so good.
George Bush so tied to? Oh, doesn't he own the Rangers or partially?
Yeah, something like yeah. his family owns a stake in the Rangers or something. They're
Okay,
majority owners or
I was
something
like,
like
why is
that.
this fucking guy so involved with baseball all the time? Because it's like there's the 9/11 thing, and then there's all this other shit that's just George Bush and baseball.
Don't
But I
get me
forgot
wrong,
he
I
was
like
there.
him outside of being president.
Yes.
I think he's funny. I think
Oh, he was hysterical. The amount of, I mean, after he wasn't out in the public as much, so many comedians must have been like, well, now what do I joke about? Because so many comedians back then, I remember, had a George Bush bit. I mean, Will Ferrell had his like thing on SNL where he would do that.
hello, fellow Americans. Yeah. But also, seven no hitters will never be matched either.
No, oh, definitely not.
Didn't have a perfect game though in any of those.
That's crazy. Has there been less than 100 perfect games altogether?
I think so.
Okay,
It's
that's so hard.
one of the hardest things to do in sports.
All of sports for
One of
sure.
the rarest occurrences.
Oh yeah,
But yeah, that was really good. I definitely recommend that.
I'll definitely have to on my one of my off days. I get bored
Yeah,
after a while, so
it's on
that's a good
Netflix.
suggestion.
Yeah, I think Netflix is. Whoops. I think Netflix is starting to get more into sports things.
There's sports things, a lot more documentaries because they have that full swing thing on there. It's like their version of their Drive to Survive that they do for F1. I think they're doing another thing like that for I forget what sport. I
They're
thought
doing
they
a
were doing another one
basketball
like that.
thing.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of
They're
different
doing
things.
a
There's
lot more documentaries, I think,
yeah.
because I
Well,
think they
I
realized
was
how awesome the Last Dance was, and like
oh
the
yeah.
Jeter series and the Brady series.
Well, I mean, the Last Dance thing was like, I mean, lots of people were going to watch that, but it was such perfect timing for them that like that all started to come out
Yeah,
right as we went into lockdown.
hmm
So everyone was watching. It
that
was
was
like all you
perfect.
had. It was
Well, I mean,
yeah,
it
it was
was. I mean, it
amazing.
was really good too. I think no
Oh yeah.
matter what, people would have been appointment watching that.
Well, it's nice to like get a look behind this, curtain, as they say, behind some of these people that like you just don't like know some of the stuff. And I think Last Dance was a little dressed up because Jordan had Final Cut on a lot of shit. But it's
Yeah,
nice to even get like a little peek. Like I didn't like the Brady one as much because I was like, this is all the same shit that I've seen like
I never
just
finished it.
longer.
I think I said
No,
it before on here,
I didn't
but I never
either.
finished it because I couldn't get past. I could not watch the Giants episode. That was episode 3. I couldn't watch it. I couldn't. I could not bring myself to watch
I just like it's literally his thing,
it.
and
I would have
maybe
cried.
it's better as it gets further. But what was it the Brady six they did? It's like that. It's no different. It's like that repackaged up until whenever, and I couldn't do it. I tried to do it, and it's but yeah, Netflix. I was happy when you said it was an hour and 45 minutes, the Nolan Ryan thing, because they've seemed to want to do like 3 episodes, and
Hmm.
most of these documentaries I've started have lost me after episode one. It's like just give it to me all at once. I
Yeah,
don't want to. I don't want to do it again. Like I don't
and
know.
there was only like one sad moment. It wasn't that sad. So like
That's good.
they played it up like it was going to be like tragic, and I was like, oh my god.
Did
But
you
it was
ever
like,
watch
oh,
the?
it's fine, it's fine.
Oh, good, good. Did you ever watch the Woodstock one on Netflix?
I was
Woodstock
gonna watch it,
'99.
but then I, I, I heard a lot of podcasts talking about it, and I was like, I kind of get the gist of it.
Yeah, if you heard people talk about it, you get the gist. I didn't realize it was that wild back then, though. It was like just a
Oh, Woodstock
madhouse.
'99 was like very bad,
Yes, in the
very
original,
bad.
very, very, very bad.
Yeah, it was like the complete opposite of the original.
It was like Firefest, but the thing actually happened. Did I add this part about the Mississippi State guy, or did you? Because I saw it and I couldn't remember if I had put it in or not.
I added it, yes. This is going to be the last thing about baseball. Guy from Mississippi State. Uh, d- did his name is really weird.
I don't remember his name. I just know the
Sin
school.
sin sin.
Perfect. I got it. I know exactly what his name is now.
He can hit 97 from the right, hit 92 from the left. That's pretty damn good.
That's impressive.
Yes,
I
yes.
want to know. He's a freshman too, which is insane.
RJ, the last amphibious pitcher
How long
to
ago was
pitch
that? Amphibious.
to pitch in the majors could only hit like 92.
Wait,
So I'm gonna put
wait.
this. I'm gonna put this. Have you seen this article?
Oh, I haven't seen the article, but did you? Is amphibious a real thing in baseball, or did you just mess up ambidextrous and say
No, no.
amphibious?
So it has to do with this article.
Okay, I
There
was
was a
like,
guy.
what?
There was a guy who was an ambidextrous pitcher, a switch pitcher, if you will,
Uh huh.
who played for Oakland. And when he came up, the Oakland Tribune or something, I can't remember the name of the paper,
Yeah.
post or had the headline, "Amphibious pitcher takes the league by storm,"
Okay. I was like,
or
Ian, no,
something
you
along
can't do
those
this to
lines.
me this late at
Oh,
night.
yeah. I knew you were gonna freak out.
I didn't hear. I just let it go at first, and I was like, this motherfucker just called this guy a
You
frog.
did. You just let it go for like a good 5 seconds.
Because I was like, I guess they just call them amphibious and forget about ambidextrous in baseball. And then I was like, let me check him on this one. No, I just fucked up your joke.
No, I mean it's not my joke.
No,
I'll
no, it's
definitely
just
put it in
someone
there.
fucking
You
up.
know, it's easy to
Oh my
find.
god.
It's one of the anytime there's rumblings of a switch pitcher, that headline always gets linked.
That's,
Amphibious pitcher.
I hope the editor, I hope the person who wrote it, I hope they all got fired immediately. Because that's
I don't
just
know,
bad.
but yeah, it looks like this guy's legit. He can hit 97 from the right, which is like way more than what the other guy could do.
Yeah.
So I think the other guy topped out at like 90.
I wonder how his control is with it too. Because you hear people that can just fucking throw it, but
He
how can they control it?
Right, he looks like he's a little bit better from the right side, but his stuff has good break. I mean, it looks good.
Do you watch much college ball at all? Or like when it gets closer to the College World Series?
So I just watch it really for the prospects, and Pitching Ninja posts a lot of
Oh yeah,
college baseball stuff this early in
that's
the
true.
season. Yeah,
I've watched a lot of the College World Series the past 2 years actually, and it's really exciting, surprisingly.
it is. It's really good.
Yeah.
It's and I mean sometimes more recently, especially there are some really good draft prospects in college. Like
Mm-hmm.
the Pirates are probably going to take Dylan Cruz
Yeah.
out of LSU.
Okay,
So
I've heard of him.
the other
They're
name in the mix is Paul Skeens, who's also he's a pitcher for LSU. Hits 100. He hit 100 yesterday or today, and
that name sounds familiar too.
has a crazy slider. And I think he's better
Just
than Chase Dollander.
yeah. In reality though, it's really just another college sport that the SEC fucking dominates basically. The past two champions have been from the SEC, both from Mississippi,
Absolutely.
which is crazy.
Vanderbilt is always a perennial
Oh god.
powerhouse
Yeah,
in
Jack
college
Leiter a
baseball.
couple years ago.
Yep, Kumar Rocker last year.
Yes, him too. Yeah,
Well,
they had
Kumar
Lytle
Rocker,
and Rocker at the
they
same
were from
time.
the same class, but
Yeah.
Rocker went to the independent league because the Mets didn't sign him because of something with his medical thing.
Yeah, yeah. That's the thing I love about watching the college sports is now that I'm like so much into it is seeing them like once they get up there now. I'm like, oh, I remember watching this guy back in college. Like it's so cool.
Yeah,
Especially now like after the 2 years of doing this March Madness thing, and I'll tune into an NBA game and I'm like, I remember that guy. That guy won me so much money that weekend. Or this guy fucked me. Like just shit like that.
yeah, that's
Just
great.
those little memories you have from shit like that.
But yeah, do you want to talk about college basketball? You put this on here. I have no idea about this.
You
Go
don't
ahead.
have any clue. You haven't heard anything.
I looked it up and I kind of looked into it a little bit, but I figured you would bring the
So
info. So
remember how I talked about? I think it was last week or something. I talked about. I think I mentioned Alabama had a player who killed someone or something like that. That was a thing. But there
It's
was
so.
also New Mexico State or whatever. They like canceled their season because there was something like that. But this Alabama thing. So Brandon Miller, he's on Alabama. Alabama's like been number one, two basically all season. Really good team. Brandon Miller's like their best player. So a kid on Alabama's team who's like a bench player, which this kind of comes into play sort of. He killed a girl. Him and someone else killed a girl in Alabama, and Brandon Miller is involved because, and I'm not doing this the best justice, but um, I guess this other player, his name's something Miles. So Miles texted Brandon Miller, I guess, to bring him his gun because he had left his gun in Brandon Miller's car. So he's kind of part of this whole thing because Brandon Miller was the one who basically gave this guy the murder weapon, and he's been playing this whole time.
And
Um,
he like parked his Jeep in a way so the car that the guy was shooting at couldn't escape.
yeah, so there's some things that
Allegedly.
like allegedly, yeah. There's some things that still aren't completely clear, like how much he's involved. His lawyer put out some statement that like uh, the Barstool Alabama account, which is like they're like this is all the facts here, and it's like well no, the lawyer put out the statement. Of course, it's gonna seem like he's clear of it. Um,
Right.
so once like all this stuff blew up, Nate Oates, instead of just giving the media answer and being like we're leaving it up to the local authorities and just leaving it at that, he I gotta pull up the exact quote because I should have been ready for this. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good.
Nate Oates quote. Cause it was so stupid.
Dude, how
And
have we been going for 45 minutes already? Holy shit.
I don't know.
Dude, this has been. This is awesome.
Nate Oates, Brandon Miller. Why is this not so easy to find?
That's what I was saying. That like I tried to
Okay.
look it up. Yeah.
So he said, in response to them asking about it, he said, I guess about Brandon Miller's involvement in the whole thing. He said, "We knew about that. Can't control everything everybody does outside of practice. Nobody knew that was going to happen. College kids are out. Brandon hasn't been in any type of trouble, nor is he in any type of trouble in this case. He was in the wrong spot at the wrong time." End quote. That's just insane to say when
Man, you
someone.
know, kids, they're just in the spot where murders happen. They just happen to be. I don't know.
But it's
They just
not
happen to
even
deliver a gun. I don't know.
the wrong place, wrong time thing is one thing, but the fact that he's like you can't control what they do outside of you. You are a college basketball coach at the University of Alabama, who, let's be honest, no one at Alabama gives a fuck about academics or anything else like that. It's win football games, win basketball
No.
games, do that shit. You have complete control. You know the
Until
police around there.
recently, it was
Yeah,
basketball.
yeah, actually, but basketball is like come out of nowhere. All of SEC, but
Right. Basketball
you
has
know
usually been shit at Alabama.
where these kids are. You know what they're doing. You have someone somewhere that has tabs on them. You can't act like you had no idea what they were doing or you can't control them outside of practice. Basically, his quote was almost like, "No one got killed in practice. I don't know what you want me to do." Like it was so stupid and like if you really want to look into it like I said, I'm not doing the whole story justice. There's a lot more to it. Look up some article or something on ESPN and read through it all because it's like a whole litany of things that they're like still going through. It's an ongoing case. But the day that everything came out, like about his involvement and stuff like that, text messages, Alabama played South Carolina and he dropped 42 in a college
Yes.
basketball
Oh,
game.
that's the article that I read. It was like instead of the school celebrating that they just won and one player scored 42 points, that player was nowhere to be found in the promotional video of their win.
And they did a bit of a scummy thing yesterday. I didn't even see it when I was watching the game. I guess when they did the introduction, Brandon Miller, you have your handshake at the end when you do your introductions.
Right.
He went like this, and the other guy gave him a pat down. That's a scumbag move. Yeah, I did not like that. I mean, I don't like the whole thing.
That is fucking hilarious. Oh my god.
Like, just no, I don't know. I thought it was funny and awful all at the same time because it's like no fucking respect for the fucking girl that got shot and killed. But yeah, yeah. It's hilarious in the fact that it's like, why the fuck would you even do that? Like, what is going through your head? And guess what? It now I just
Oh
feel like they're
my
gonna go on. They're I feel like Alabama's just gonna go on and win the whole fucking thing now.
god. It would be hilarious if they won and they all just went. Pew, 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 pew.
Let me see if I can. I know exactly where I can find this video.
Oh my god. Oh,
Let's see. Where is it?
that visual is so good.
Here it is. Let me turn my volume
You can no, you just send it to me and I'll put it in the
down. Okay, all right.
yeah.
But you can watch it, and it's like
Yeah, I'll put it in right here.
it's very like I don't know how many people in the arena noticed, but this visual, I gotta see where this is from. Like who tweeted this? Because I mean, it's right there. It's impossible to not see what they just did. It's, ugh. College basketball, man. When it gets down to it, it's fucking hysterical.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
He is so just like nonchalant about it. What the fuck? Oh, excuse me. Yeah, that'll
I
be good
mean,
to put in right here.
he's gonna be like a top 5 pick, possibly number 1 overall.
Really?
And I don't think any of this, unless he's like legitimately gets in trouble, I don't think it's gonna affect his draft whatsoever.
Oh man, that's I mean, it's all just a weird situation in the first place.
Yes,
Unless there's hard evidence against him in this case, I think he'll get
yeah.
away scot-free, but it's just
I
a
think what I
weird
think
thing
what
to
a
be
lot of
involved with.
people thought
It's a
was
red
weird is like
flag.
he just
It's a red flag.
yeah, like he just didn't miss any time at all. Like just one game after all the big stuff came out, and just be like, let's take a step back here. Like we're playing South Carolina, we're the number 1 team. Let's take a step back and. But honestly, he was the only reason they won that game too. They barely beat him, and it was because of him. And South Carolina is not good at basketball anymore.
Oh, really?
No, they're really bad. They're really really
I
bad.
anymore. I didn't even know they were good at all.
They had a run a couple years ago where they
Woo-wee.
made the Final Four. Yeah, a whole lot of shit going on in college basketball. And like I said, I think it was
Yeah.
New Mexico because remember that score I sent you that was 2-0.
I think yeah, I think it was.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember that.
there
Yep.
was shit that happened with that, so they canceled the season.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Well, I mean, the scouting combine starts this week. We can look forward to that. Maybe we'll not have any criminals in that, even though that's unlikely. Aaron Hernandez
Yeah,
slipped through. You never know.
yeah. Well, he got out of. It's surprising between the two people that he had as his coach, like two of the biggest like dictator esque coaches of all time, and he was still just. How did he get into that shit when he had Urban Meyer and Bill Belichick?
I don't know. I don't know. Who the hell
Yeah,
knows? But
I
yeah,
know.
the it starts on a Tuesday. I don't know. I don't know when what position groups go when what days. But do you have anyone to keep an eye on? I have the wide receivers. I really want to know how Quentin Johnson, Jordan Addison, Jalen Hylett, Zay Flowers really want to see how they do.
You know who I really want to see what they do because their odds for going number 1 have dropped dramatically is Anthony Richardson. Someone we were talking about Will Levis. Someone is going to fall in love with Anthony Richardson at the combine. Like Will Levis is going to do
Yeah,
great. Anthony Richardson is going to run like a 4.3. He's going to jump high. He's going to throw the ball well. And I think his
dude.
odds dropped
If
from
he runs a
like
4.3, that's game over.
yeah,
I would take him in the first round, even if I didn't think he could play quarterback if he ran a 4.3.
like, let me see if I can find this
Absolutely.
draft.
Are you kidding me?
he's just not. I mean, maybe in the right
If
situation,
he
like
if he has hands,
no,
I'd take him no matter what.
as quarterback.
Yeah, so if he doesn't end up at quarterback, if he can catch the
Oh,
ball and he runs a 4.3, take
true.
him. Take him. What did DK
Where's
Metcalf
the?
run?
I don't know.
I know he's not a physical like specimen like DK Metcalf, but damn,
He's pretty big. I mean, he's a
he
big
is. He's
dude.
like 6'5".
But I think I forget how much his odds dropped, but I think him to go number one overall earlier this week was like 100 to 1, and now he's down. I don't know how much. I tried to find it, but I couldn't. But he's down a lot. Or people
I
are.
don't I don't think he was ever in the conversation because I don't think he fits what the Texans want to do. I don't think he
No,
fits. I don't know. It would be hard to justify taking him that high when
it
you
would
have like a
be
sure thing in CJ Stroud or Bryce Young.
what the Texans have 2-12, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hmm.
If they, depending on what happens and who wants to trade up with the Bears, because at this point I'm just chalking it up that the Bears are going to trade back or stay there and just say fuck you to everyone, but that'd be dumb. The Texans, I don't know what everything else looks like because they're. Oh, I keep forgetting they have John Mechie. So you could have that Bryce Young John Mechie connection,
Gee, Gee.
or say fuck it, we'll figure and or how much cap space they have, figure shit out in free agency, and get C.J. Stroud and JSN from Ohio State. Just
Dude,
double up on that.
a lot of people are on the Jackson Smith and Jiba train, and I mean that's in the wide receivers, in the wide receiver group that I would like to look at this
I
coming
don't
year.
know how much he's gonna do at the draft because he was like injured, and I
Oh,
don't
really?
know if he. Yeah, I think a lot. I think he was injured, but he kind of took the year off and was like, I'm gonna get ready for the draft. And I remember a
Gotcha.
lot of people because Jamar Chase did the same thing, but he just opted out of the last season. He's like, I'm not playing, and look what he became. But people didn't think about him. I think people might forget about Jackson Smith and Jigba, and when he gets in the league, you're going to remember. And especially if he can get paired up with CJ Stroud, or if the Bears fall back and pick him up with Justin Fields.
Hmm.
I like. I think it's becoming a new thing to get that connection. Because why wouldn't you? I don't know why it wasn't a
Absolutely.
thing before. It seems so smart. Like you have that. You've built that connection through at minimum 2 years in college. Hopefully 3. Go get him. Go get your guy's
Right.
receiver.
Well, that's I'm so just I hope that the Patriots can pick the right receiver. And if they wait until the second round, that's fine. You know, Tyquan Thornton looked pretty good in his limited roles last year,
Mm-hmm.
but they need a big playmaker and they need to hit on this pick more than
Mm-hmm.
ever. More than
I
ever.
don't.
And
Uh, for you guys, if that's what you want, a big physical receiver, I don't think you want Hyatt. I know he looked great at Tennessee. I
no,
think he
yeah,
might have.
I agree. I would not want Hyatt either.
I think he benefited a lot. I mean, he's fast for sure, but I think he benefited a lot from that offense where they were able to scheme people wide fucking open. If you remember some of those passes that they got, I mean, the guy was. And hey, maybe his route running is just that good too, which is a plus. But I think someone like
For
Quentin
some reason,
Johnson is great.
I have no evidence to back this up, but I feel like Jalen Hyatt's more like a Laquan Treadwell type. I think Laquan Treadwell did the same things at Mississippi,
Yeah,
or where did he go?
I don't remember where Treadwell went.
He went to the same school as DK Metcalf.
Oh, Ole Miss.
Yeah, Ole Miss. Yeah, he did the same thing at Ole Miss that I think Jalen Hyatt did at Tennessee, but
Ah, okay. Jordan Addison's not a bad.
a little bit smaller.
That's a little bit smaller, but he's a guy who will go get the ball. He's just a big. I love watching him at
Right.
USC.
But I also think that it's ridiculous to take Quentin Johnson at 14. That's absurd to me.
We'll see. I feel like every year people have talked about some of these receivers going later and later, and they're like, this wide receiver class isn't that deep, but It seems like every year a lot of them have panned out. Like a lot of them from last year have seemed to do well, even the year
Well, last
before.
year was
So
absurdly good.
yeah, very absurdly
Last
good.
year was like abnormally good.
I mean, it also helped that the past couple of years you had like 5, 6 straight years of legends coming out of Alabama, who like the greatest wide receiver room of all time.
Right. Alabama and LSU.
Yeah,
But yeah, Combine week.
this is
Combine.
so. The other thing I wanted to talk about with college football real quick is apparently so there's been some rule things that they're talking about doing with college football,
Oh, yes.
and they were talking about and some things that can really change is changing some stuff to shorten the game, and they're talking about in-game stuff, like not stopping the clock after first downs anymore. That's fine. I don't mind that.
That makes sense. The rest of it's
What was
bullshit.
the other one? Yeah, the
The
other one
rest
was
of
like
it's
so
bullshit. The
far.
clock keeps running on incomplete passes.
Yeah, no, that's
That's
stupid.
bullshit. That sucks.
No,
That sucks.
no.
No.
The reason these college games are so long, and I think we've talked about it before, is halftime in college football is 20 minutes. It is 12 minutes in the NFL. Yes, the second half gets long because stopping after first downs, and it can change a lot of one possession games for sure. But that's what they do in the NFL. So why not have them more prepared to do that shit? Like you've
Right.
seen plenty of rookies before mess up, like fucking celebrating after a first down and then the clock runs out. So I'm fine with that. Clock running after no, don't do that. I hope they don't do that, and I think it's just to like
Swear to
almost
God.
like I think it's just like you give your offer real high and they give your offer real low and you meet in the middle. I think that's just to get to the uh, first downs. Clock keeps running, but that's so stupid. And the issue is not, and the commercials they need. I know it makes them money, but how much more money are you making if you just cut out a couple commercials? Where someone a college football podcast I was listening to, they talked about it where it's the end of the first quarter with 7 seconds left. Team goes three and out. They punt. They go to commercial. Come back. First quarter's over. Go back to commercial. That's bullshit. Just stay there. There's so many commercials in some of these games. There's more in college basketball now, and it's the worst. It's the worst, and it's just because fucking Burger
Oh
King wants to
God.
shove that thing down our throat, and all the other ones, the scoop, there it is. All those catchy jingles, they just want it to come on more.
Whopper, 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 whopper. That's gonna be annoying as fuck during March Madness
I was
when
gonna say I can't
in
wait
the
for the first
last
time.
fucking 2 minutes of the game, it's gonna be awful. I forgot. I always forget about that every year, and I'm like, oh no, come on,
Yeah, it's gonna be the first
foul,
time it comes
foul,
on.
foul.
Yeah, it's not so bad in the first round because you got all the other TVs you can look at if shit's going on over here. You can
Right.
watch other shit. But yeah, hopefully we can. We won't. I'm just waiting for the first Burger King commercial to come on that everyone can hear and all of us at the same time. Happy K.
Yeah, should I bring a monitor? Should I bring a TV?
Nah, Shane's got it all figured out. I
Okay.
always bring my. Yeah, Shane's got enough. I always bring my iPad too in case we. It's like last couple of years it's been nice, so we've been able to go outside and I'll like one main game I'll throw my iPad in the corner and you can check on it.
Yes.
So
Dude, I can't wait. I really cannot wait for that. Holy shit.
just wait. It's so much fun. I think everyone's pretty much coming. That like Corey's coming. John's obviously there. Shane will be there. Shane's friends. Fiesta we're still waiting on, and we're hoping Richie can come. Just Richie doesn't make it to a lot of those things, but we're hoping we can get him out for the boys' weekend.
Oh, come on, Rich. Dude, if I tell him that I'm out there, he'll probably be like, what? All right.
It's just some Richie just is not the best texter. Sometimes I don't even know if he sees the text when you text him.
Right, exactly. Maybe he's on like a wilderness retreat like Aaron
Yeah,
Rodgers. Dude,
he's a
did you?
pussy. He's a pussy. He said he was doing 4 days. He did 2.
Dude, I
He
could
did
do
2.
that for 3 days easily. Did you see the Hobbit house that he was staying in the beautiful mountains?
I mean, he was probably doing like macrodosing shrooms or dropping LSD or something like that the whole time.
Macrodosing, just
Yeah, no, not just microdosing.
just
He was
taking like
housing it.
10 grams of shrooms at a time.
Yep, and his ayahuasca, he went
Ego
on a spirit
death.
trip. Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I
I
could
don't like him.
easily do that for 2 or 3 days. That looked so nice. A queen bed? Are you kidding me? That's more than I have now. Do you see how dark it is in here? Oh, I'm in a darkness retreat.
Yeah, but you didn't have like I don't know. I don't know if I could do it. I think I'd just get bored. Maybe I'd just go exploring in the woods.
And guess what?
But I
The
mean,
scenery sucks. I don't have mountains outside, and I could do
that's
that.
true. You could at least do that. I will admit, I'm definitely addicted to technology where I'd be like, I just don't know what to do with myself. I'd probably just end up jerking off for 4 days, to be honest. Just nonstop.
Well, if I'm by myself, maybe. But if I didn't have a computer, I'd probably be like, well, maybe it's not worth
Oh, that tree's looking real good today.
it.
You ever see those trees with the knots? They look, they look a little sus.
Look at the rump on that stump.
Man.
Oh.
Uh,
Oh my god. But I was like, what? How is this challenging? I thought he was going to be like in a prison cell with nothing but like concrete walls.
it's nothing compared to what he did last year when he just fucking gorged himself with what lard until he shit and puked all of it out. You remember that?
No, I thought he just did ayahuasca last year. What?
Well, that too. That too. No, he did that. He talked about it on Pat McAfee. I just don't like him. I think he's such a douche. He's so
Jesus
now that
Christ.
he's like, and he like. Did you see the thing he said about Schefter and Rappaport on McAfee's show? He's
No.
like he bitches about people talking about him and shit like that, but then does all these things that make people talk about him more. He loves it. He's so fucking fake about this shit.
He hates
He
people
loves the
talking about him, but
attention.
then he talks about other people.
Yeah, talks about other people. Talks about I'm going to go do this darkness retreat and go do ayahuasca. Yeah, we're going to talk about you, and you've been flirting with what you're going to do with the Packers. We're not going to make them wait this year. We talk. Yeah, you are. You are going to leave the Packers fans up to the last
Yeah,
second.
I think he's gonna change tones of green. And speaking of changing tones of green, woo!
Ric Flair? No, I'm just kidding. The Kelly Green's coming
The
back,
Collie
baby.
Greens.
It is official. It's so hype. I'm so. The
Did you see
second.
Big Cat said he was like, I might have to make other futures.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh. Oh. If we were wearing Kelly Greens in that game, we weren't losing that game. We weren't
Might
losing
have
that
to
game. We were
re-download
Kelly Green.
Fangraphs or FanDuel. Fangraphs.
Fangraphs.
Fangraphs is
Oh,
the
I
baseball
can't wait.
stat website.
The second that those jerseys go on sale, Devontae Smith, baby. I'm buying it. He's gonna look so
Devontae Smith,
green.
not AJ Brown.
No, trust me, I love AJ Brown. Devontae Smith he's a guy we drafted him, and I love Devontae Smith. I think they're going to be like 1-2. Towards the end of the season, when people started to cover AJ more, Devonta was. I love him. He's so great. He's developed, and I just like the fact that we drafted him. And let's not get it wrong. I love AJ Brown
Absolutely.
too, but out of the two, Devonta's my favorite because he's all I wanted in that draft. I didn't give a fuck what happened. When his draft, I said, if he is there, fucking take him, or I was going to go find Howie Roseman and burn his house down. That man makes me love and hate him so much. But he's done nothing but good. I can't wait. And I like I like how it's a little bit retro but more modern looking too. Like the wing is just a little bit different. It's
Right.
like more blocky, I guess is the way I would describe it.
Blocky.
And I guess we're gonna go gray pants with it, which we'll see if I like that or not. Because the gray inside the inside the wing's gray. I like the white better, but we'll see. I just want all the merch. I hope it's one of those things where we bring it back and it becomes our like permanent, like the Flyers did. The Flyers brought back the old retros a while ago, and now it's their permanent uniforms, and it's way better.
Hell yeah. That's fucking
So
awesome.
happy. So happy.
Hype for the Kelly Greens. Hopefully the Patriots. I would like if the Patriots went back to like their regular like just
The
navy blue jerseys with like the silver
the
shoulder
Brady
things.
ones. I
Yeah,
just call those the
yeah.
Brady Patriot jerseys.
Because now like their home uniforms are just their original Color Rush uniforms, where it's just the full navy blue
Yeah, I
and
don't
like the
like that.
red stripe. I like them. I mean, I like them a lot, but I saw clips of the old navy blue and I got nostalgic and I was like, yes, maybe that's what they're building up for.
Maybe. And I thought you were gonna say that go to the Reds full time, but those don't seem like a full time thing to me. They're ones that are
Yeah,
great to break out.
yeah. I don't even know if I like them that much.
Really,
I mean, they're nice, but like I don't know.
I just
I
like to
think it
pat
would
the
be cool if they
Patriot.
brought their like early '90s jerseys back for like a season as their alternates.
Those would
Like
be
put a
cool.
put a modern spin on their like early '90s,
Oh yeah,
late
all
'80s shit.
those '90s stuff.
It looks
Some of
like
it's
bad like in pictures now, but like I'm sure they could make it look good.
some of it's so bad, and some of it's '90s NBA jerseys were the best, and I'm happy they brought a lot back. But
Oh,
they're
did you see
like those
Jewel at
old.
the NBA All-Star game? She was wearing like her uh outfit
Oh
was
my
made
god,
of old
jerseys.
dirt like all jerseys, yeah. And
Oh
it
my
looks like
god,
something
Jewel.
straight out of the '90s.
Oh my god, Jewel. I can't tell you the last time Jewel was brought up to me. Probably my mother years ago.
Well, I mean, she was at the 2023 All-Star game, so I guess she's doing something right.
I guess so. I
She
guess
sang the
so.
national anthem.
Oh, there you go.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't
I don't know. I don't
know.
know. Ooh, speaking of Jewel, whatever team gets Lamar Jackson is gonna get a Jewel.
I'm to the point where I think Lamar Jackson's just fucking up at this point.
I
I
don't think
swear.
he. No, I don't think he is. Blame Kirk Cousins and Deshaun Watson and the Browns. I didn't. They set the guaranteed quarterback money. They set that precedent. I don't
Yes.
know. You can't blame anyone besides them.
No.
If it's completely fair to ask when
No. I don't. I'm not saying that it's not fair of him to
when
ask. It's
prime time let down and you know massage man are out here getting guaranteed money. How could you not be asking for guaranteed money when you're a competent quarterback? I don't understand. I mean, like you have to.
I'm still laughing at massage man. And it's just making me think of Massage Man and Barnacle Boy. I don't know why. No, but I don't think he's crazy for asking for that money. I think, and it's
Completely
cool.
justified.
Yes, I think.
Completely, especially
I think
Lamar.
he's.
Completely.
I think he's missing out not having an agent, and it's awesome that he doesn't have an agent because then he gets to keep all his money. He doesn't have to give any of his contract to an agent. But I don't know. I feel like there are some things that an agent, like they literally went to school and did or whatever. That's their job to know the different intricacies and get deals that are good, so that he can just focus on football and shit like that and not have to. I don't know. I don't really know the ins and out of it, but I just don't. I
Right.
don't
I
see
mean,
Baltimore giving him that money. Baltimore does not give that kind of money away, even to like defense. Really, they
well,
do,
guess
but
what?
not
If
that
they
much.
franchise tag him, it's going to be $32 million anyway.
Yeah, like I
Give him
don't
what
know.
he
It's such
wants.
a
Give him what he wants. I don't
yeah.
know.
I,
Lamar
honestly,
saw Roquan Smith go in there without an agent and get $100 million.
that's
Not
true.
not
I
fully
forgot.
guaranteed. Not fully
No,
guaranteed. You
no.
know, that makes a difference.
Yes,
But I don't know. You're
I
still going
think
to have to pay him a lot.
I think from the Ravens standpoint, it's like we won Super Bowls with fucking Trent Dilfer and Flacco. What do we really need Lamar for? He's pretty good. He has his faults, but he's.
I don't
I'd
know.
rather have Lamar than not have Lamar. And it's not a league where you can,
I mean, if
beat
that's
your
all it
other.
comes down to, yeah, it's as simple as that. Do you want Lamar or not?
Yeah, it's really all it
There's
is.
no complications to that. I don't know. I feel like
They
the
just
Ravens are being weird about it.
that it just when I think of the Ravens, I just don't ever think of them as someone who's going to pay someone that, especially the guaranteed money stuff.
Right. Well, I saw that the projected 2024 franchise tag is going to be $41 million. dollars.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, so
That
I
is a
was like,
lot of
dude,
money.
if Mac ever gets to that phase, the Patriots are never going to pay him what he wants.
No,
Because
no.
that's crazy. That's crazy. He's not worth 41 million. He's not worth 32 million dollars.
It is like, and this is another thing where you got to give. I know he gets plenty of credit as it is because he's the greatest quarterback of all time, but this is where you got to give Brady a fuck ton of credit too because he took so many team friendly deals to build up around him. Now he had a supermodel wife who made more than he probably could have ever wished to make in the NFL.
Right.
But he could have, I mean, he could have asked for so much fucking money. And I guess I don't know. Sometimes I struggle thinking of that like, yeah, my guy, like when it comes time to pay Jalen Hurts, I'm going to be 100% pay that fucking man. But also, where's all that money? Where are we gonna be able to pay people when it comes time to, keep Devonte Smith, keep other guys?
Yeah. And
I mean, I guess
it's
the Chiefs did it. They just won a Super Bowl 2 years after paying Patrick Mahomes a butt ton of money. So
yeah, and he doesn't even have like the highest average per year salary, right?
no, I think it's all backloaded. A lot of it is, and it's not even well. His that contract hasn't even kicked in. I don't think. I think it kicks in next year. That long one. But
Oh
still, like that's what they
Jesus.
can do. They can do what they did with. I think the Steelers did it with Ben. Just keep. This is a future Steelers problem. This is a few until it kind of became a right now Steelers problem.
Yeah, that fucked him over for a little bit. But yeah, I don't have anything else. Dude, that was really good. That was a lot longer than I thought we were gonna go.
So I don't know. I looked at the itinerary. I was like, oh, we're a little short today. That'll be nice. Woke me up a
Yeah.
woke me up a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I was pretty tired. I was like ready to. All right, let's do this and go to sleep. But I still wanted to play my games. I
Yeah, I
love getting
still I
back into
still might
video
load up
games.
Call of Duty or Hogwarts here. We'll see.
And
Crack
and
open
I
another
just
beer
bought.
before I go to sleep.
You ever watch you watch that movie Dune?
Yes, I cannot wait for part two. Oh my god, I cannot wait for part two.
I just I just bought the whole book set, so I was starting to read that too. It's very confusing right away.
Oh,
I
my
wish
dad loves the books.
I wish I had not seen the movie because like it's not really a spoiler. You know when he puts his hand in the box and he does that whole thing?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
like
yeah.
halfway through the movie. That's where the book starts. I'm like, wait,
Oh,
what? I'm like, we're already here? So
that's cool.
I'm so
I
like
like
so
that.
confused. I know. I'm like, I want to play Assassin's Creed, but I also want to figure out what happens in this. Uh,
I still
you
need to
know.
learn Avada Kedavra. It's the last spell that I need to learn in Harry Potter.
Oh. And then I get
Yeah.
him.
D'Angelo, the switch pitcher. Avada Kedavra.
Ugh.
All right, maybe the last spell I need to learn is munch, 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 munch.